new release this week that had polarizing reactions from the first look itself was the Alankrita Srivastav directed film Dolly Kitty or Wo Chamakte Sitare, starring Konkana Sen Sharma and Bhumi Pednekar in lead roles. Alankrita, who impressed with a spectacular and thought-provoking film like Lipstick Under My Burqa, is back to showcase the complexities of women, often not explored in Hindi cinema. The film focuses on the life of two cousins, Dolly, a married woman with two children, who accepts her life as it is, checking boxes to what is apparently considered a fulfilling life by society, and her cousin Kajal, coming from a small town in Bihar, who moves in with the family and has aspirations to make a name for herself in the big city. The relationships and its intricacies that unravel in the form of various men that cross both the cousins' lives, and moreover, the internal journey of both the female characters coming to terms with their own needs and wants, both physically and psychologically, provide a necessary perspective that should be showcased to the masses. That women are much more layered and complex as is perceived. Here is me telling you the good and bad aspects of the film in no particular order so that you guys can ultimately decide whether this film is worth your time on Netflix or not. The cast. Beyond the storyline and the film, what really excited me was the cast that was roped in for the film. Amol Parashar as a delivery boy and Vikrant Massey as a client on a phone call companion service lend great support in the film. The interaction they have with each lead character possesses a natural charm, both in dialogue delivery as well as the performances. Kubra Seth, who always seems to be the pragmatic character and the voice of reason in films, if you remember her character from Jawani Janeman, she does as is required and more with the written material. From the supporting characters, Amir Bashir stands out, an extremely underrated performer who blends in any fictional world you set him up in. His casual sexism, a product of his upbringing, and a sense of helplessness that evolves as he is faced with the reality of his marriage is brilliantly conveyed by the actor. The two leads, Bhumi Pednekar and Konkana Sen, however, are the stars of the show. While I have to say that Bhumi in the last few films seems to sound exactly the same, especially in context to her dialect, her range as an actor is unquestionable. Starry-eyed, motivated yet naive, Bhumi is convincing as Kajal. My favorite, however, was Konkana Sen Sharma as Dolly, a married woman who finds herself questioning her very existence and its purpose. Whether or not checking all the boxes even mattered. Whether or not the milestones were to appease society or to meet her own happiness. The questions of whether she was ever free. Konkana is one actor I desperately want to see more of in films, as she possesses talent that needs to be seen more often. Religious messaging. While this movie tries to convey many things through this film, which I will come to later, I genuinely felt there was no need for a sequence in which religious bigotry is showcased. The director makes it a point through several sequences to provide insight to the way the social fabric of the country is shaping up. But this sequence, while on one hand tries to provide context to the environment in which Karan Kundra's character grows up, it unnecessarily sheds light on intolerance towards a particular religion that doesn't develop into anything in the future minutes of the film, other than just show the politics that the director wanted to convey. The importance. There are many sequences in the film that pose several questions which are extremely important that are barely focused upon in Hindi cinema. The onset of the film provides the dismissive attitude individuals have to women coming out and sharing their stories of trauma. Dolly discounts the possibility of her husband being inappropriate to her cousin sister and equates it to her young age and hormones. The living room discussions about dowry that are passed off as gifts rather than the archaic practices that they represent. It presents examples of how we turn a blind eye knowing very well what the signs represent. It showcases the reality of many women, or whether they have been truly free. Dolly is seen hiding drinking from her cousin sister in the comfort of her own home. At the surface level, while the movie presents a competition and a back and forth between the sisters, it leads to the characters asking themselves, especially Dolly, of what they have really lived their life for. The film sheds light on the importance of sexual synergy in relationships, a make or break point for any relationship. The film explores the social fabric and the education system that ingrains from a young age of what boys and girls should like to fit the mold and idea of what society finds appropriate for both the sexes. The film brilliantly, through its plot, asks several relevant questions that will make you introspect, but there is a huge problem. Disjointed screenplay. Alankrita Srivastav through this film wants to say so much that the 2-hour film holistically feels disjointed and abrupt with the way it develops. The music of the film especially is placed in abrupt points of the storyline to just act as a filler for a grand event or a reveal. Besides that, from an impact point of view, the music also does not stay with you after the film. The film has several plot points which are intended to send a message in regards to the several problems women face in society. But while the creators do this, the core of the film, which is the individual journeys of both Dolly and Kitty get lost somewhere. The director focuses on moral policing, the concept of consent, the objectification of women, random plot points of Eve teasing, and the mob and its destructive ways. While these messages work independently from a story standpoint, they seem like setups rather than seamless storytelling. The hypocrisy. I mentioned the polarizing debate in the introduction, and it is so fascinating to me that when men cheat and have sexual fantasies, especially in Hindi movies, we don't see the audience complaining about how these storylines promote cheating or for men to have affairs. We don't judge the ramifications in real life to the plethora of sexual content where men openly cheat on women. From BV number 1, Ghar Wali Bahar Wali, No Entry to the Masti franchise. We justify it by saying comedy to hai, itna kyun butthurt ho rahe ho? All sex comedies are catered towards the male gaze and blatantly objectify women. We don't complain about how these movies might promote stalking, ogling, or even teasing on the streets. And now when there is a nuanced take on how women have wants and needs physically, that sex may just not be about the men finishing to their heart's content, that the euphoric feeling of a female orgasm may still be a mystery for a lot of women, there is absolute anarchy in the comments, from comparing the film to an all Balaji series at first glance and denouncing it as promoting adultery. The film is in no way as pretentious and surface level in its messaging as Veere Di Wedding or even Four More Shots Please. It's real and layered in its perspective of women and their needs, wants and fantasies, because women can have fantasies too. The vitriol the thought-provoking films like this get makes you realize 1, the dismissive attitude we have towards a woman's perspective, and 2, maybe we need more films like this so that it can educate the masses rather than shock or disgust them. I have to sadly say the penultimate sequence of this film develops like 0 to 100, like a flash, which with the way the film was developing seemed to come out of nowhere. It made me think that if the prime focus of the film was still the lives of Dolly and Kitty, it would have had such a lasting impact. The problem with the film is that it takes up the responsibility to tell too much in its 2-hour span. While it is impactful in moments and asks several important questions that the masses seem to be scared of even addressing, it does not soar high to have the same impact as the beautiful Lipstick Under My Burqa. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about the movie. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.